delegates, my fellow Americans, it is with a sense of genuine humility that I assume the task as Toastmaster, as keynoter to this Democratic Convention. A little more than a week ago, we listened long and carefully to our Republican friends from this very rostrum. In vain we waited for a hopeful program for this challenging atomic age. We heard only the voice of the fossil. They opened their proceedings on a note that the present global struggle can be ended victoriously with lower taxes, fewer soldiers, and no allies. Our opponents next proceeded to the sordid business of accrediting delegates, of picking one set of shoestring political adventurers over another. In the name of representative government, they should have repudiated the whole venal pack, who neither vote nor run for office nor elect representatives. Georgia and Louisiana Republicans are no real party workers. They are only clubs of prospective spoilsmen who meet every 4 years and send a few of their number to the Republican National Convention.
I give you the able and brilliant governor of the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Honorable Paul A. Dever.
Ladies and gentlemen of the convention, you have been more than kind to me, but I know that this demonstration was not for me. It was in memory of my husband and for the things he cared for, the Democratic Party and our country. I have been asked to talk to you about the United Nations, about its past, about what it is doing today, and more important, about its future. I remember well, even though it seems a long time ago, hearing for the first time a statement on the reasons why, when the war ended, we must make another try to create another world organization to help us keep the peace of the world. This talk took place in my husband's study in the White House one evening during the bitter days of the last war, when victory was not yet in sight. My husband, discussing what would happen after the war, turned to a friend and said, in effect, when this war is over and we have won it, as we will, we must apply the hard lessons learned in the war and in the failure of the League of Nations to the task of building a society of nations dedicated to enduring peace. There will be sacrifices and discouragements, but we must not fail, for we may never have another chance.
Delegates and guests of this great convention, I have been a delegate at large from the state of Kentucky at every Democratic convention since 1920. I am more firmly convinced of the righteousness of the Democratic cause tonight than I have ever been before in my entire life. I wish first to express my profound thanks to the Honorable Frank McKinney, Chairman of the National Democratic Committee, for his generous invitation to me to address this convention at this hour. I am not here as a candidate for any office that this convention can confer. If I were a candidate, I would not be here at this hour because I recognize the proprieties that ought to prevail among men who seek office.
Will be treated fairly if they'll allow the chair to do that.
Orville Freeman of Minnesota, who's announced he's going to fight any possibility of allowing these three delegations to do anything, was on his feet a minute ago. You may have seen him on camera there.
Louisiana yielded to Virginia. What does Virginia want to do?
Virginia, in association with Louisiana and South Carolina, desires to submit a parliamentary inquiry.
Well, Minnesota will not get the floor until they're in order. Chair, I want you to understand that now. Did someone from Virginia ask to be heard?
Go ahead. Mr. Chairman.
Where is the member from Virginia? Gentlemen is recognized. I'll get this flag out of my face, if you please.
The flag is in his way. Oh, that'd be worse than ever.
That's Governor Battle with the glasses on in the dark suit, peering, trying to see.
The chair has recognized some delegate from Virginia.
The chair is trying to find out who is the delegate, as if he didn't know.
Anybody else?
This is John S. Battle, Governor of the state of Mississippi and of the Virginia and Chairman of the Virginia delegation.
Well, now, if the gentleman will be quiet for a while, maybe he can make his point of order. That's exactly what the chair's doing. And he knows the rules. That's another reason. That's another thing.
What do you say?
The chair recognizes the chairman of the Committee on Credentials.
Mr. Chairman, delegates of this convention, as chairman of the Credentials Committee, I desire to inform the convention that the statements submitted by the states of Louisiana, South Carolina, and Virginia do not meet the requirements of the resolution recommended by the Rules Committee. And the Committee on Credentials, which were adopted by this convention. Therefore, the delegates from said states have not conformed with said resolutions and are not properly qualified to vote as delegates in this convention.
Three cheers for the delegate whose name we do not know, who did such a magnificent job in stopping what might have been the panic of so many people who could not have seen the cause of that smoke and that bit of flame of that newspaper on the floor. A wonderful job.
Delegates will be in order. It's been a grand day for me. The people here have had a great and a magnificent convention. You've demonstrated here for all the world to see that the Democratic Party is the party of the people. You've had a free convention. You've made your rules and you've adopted the platform. You have met the issues head on, the only way to meet them. You've stood by the principles that make the Democratic Party great, and you've nominated a winner for the next President of the United States. We're going out of here an inspired and fighting party dedicated to the welfare of the people. We are bound to win this election. I'm telling you now that Adlai Stevenson is going to win in 1952. We're going to win in 1952 the same way we won in 1948. And I pledge you now that I'm going to take my coat off and do everything I can to help you win. Now, the Republicans can't understand why it is that Democrats keep on winning elections. They think there's some kind of a trick in it. And they have just about gone crazy trying to find out what that trick is. You know, the real reason the Democrats win elections is a perfectly simple reason. It's because the Democratic Party gives the American people the kind of government they want. Now, every 4 years, Republican leaders, men of little faith and no vision, they wouldn't be Republicans if they weren't that way. They come forth and try to stop the progress of a mighty people. Well, they're at it again this year. They're determined and powerful, and they're going to throw all the forces into the campaign. They have money. They're going to throw millions of dollars into their attempt to deceive and confuse the American people and stop this onward march.
Ladies and gentlemen of the convention, my fellow citizens, I accept your nomination and your program. I should have preferred to hear those words uttered by a stronger, a wiser, a better man than myself. But after listening to the President's speech, I even feel better about myself. None of you, my friends, can wholly appreciate what is in my heart. I can only hope that you understand my words. They will be few. I have not sought the honor you have done me. I could not seek it because I aspired to another office, which was the full measure of my ambition. And one does not treat the highest office within the gift of the people of Illinois as an alternative or as a consolation prize. I would not seek your nomination for the presidency because the burdens of that office stagger the imagination. Its potential for good or evil, now and in the years of our lives, smothers exultation and converts vanity to prayer. I have asked the merciful Father, the Father of us all, to let this cup pass from me. But from such dread responsibility, one does not shrink in fear, in self-interest, or in false humility. So, if this cup may not pass from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. My friends, in the staggering task that you have assigned me, I shall always try to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with my God.